Let's look next at some Australian Open check-ins here. So if you've listened to this or if you follow Dimers on social media, read the articles on the website, really any way of engaging with us, you know by now that the tennis model has been absolutely on fire. And this nailed the top probability picks with edges in the women's semifinals. We had Sabalenka covering 4.5 games and the under 22.5 on the right side of the hook in Pegula Rybakina. So we turn our attention next to the men's semifinal, where it feels like it's the same names damn near every major tournament in tennis. But as a tennis fan, I love this. Once you get to the semis of each tournament, this is just the highest level stuff you can see. Alcaraz, Zverev, and Sinner Djokovic in the semis. But we have an edge in each of the two semis. Dave, let's talk about it.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. I mean, like you said, great matchups here. Might get a little boring for the layman, but if you're really into the level of competition, it doesn't get much better than that. And, you'd rather see a good competitive final, although the model isn't projecting very much one of each in this. So we'll see what happens, but I'll pull up all of the edges real quick. They're all at least 58%. They all have a high value signal. All look like really good straights. So play them as you wish, but the model has some great value here. We'll start with Alcaraz and Zverev. Got a nice edge on Alcaraz to cover 5.5 games. This was 6.5 yesterday, so you're getting a good number. 12.1% edge against minus 115, under 37.5 at 65.6%, 9% edge against minus 130. Carlos is 7-2 in major semis, won 5 straight. This is his first year in Melbourne, though. Zverev not so lucky in these. He's 3-6 in major semifinals. Head-to-head, they're 6-6, 2-2 in majors. Zverev's got a slight edge on the hard courts at 5-3, but Alcaraz has won 3 of their last 4, so he's definitely got the edge there. Might be tight on paper, but the model is giving Alcaraz all of the edge as it has all tournament long. And then moving to the other one, Sinner Djokovic, similar to the other match, script-wise, but even more dominance. Model's projecting 58.7% for Sinner to cover 7.5 games, under 32.5, just 32.5 games at 58.2%. Basically projecting straight set dominance by Sinner. 12 games, each set would go over this. So the model's really expecting him to roll. Both these guys caught a break in the past week. Sinner was about to fall behind 2-1 before a break due to heat. Allowed him to bounce back, and he won that. Djokovic, this is kind of crazy. Advanced through his past 2 rounds without winning a set due to mid-match injuries by his opponents. So he may be pretty well rested, but he was likely going to lose in the quarters to Musetti if not for the injury. So not really what you want to be rolling into the finals with. Not really surprised to see the model projecting Sinner to roll. He dominates on hard courts, 6-2 in majors, won his last 5, also won last 5 head-to-heads with Djokovic. Who is extending his own record of reaching 54 major semis, but he's lost 5 of the last 6, hasn't reached a major final in more than 18 months. Model's projecting Sinner to roll. You can catch an edge in all these matchups on site. There might even be a couple more lower edges in first set and full match if you want to take a look. Might be a little fun to play with some set betting for some side plays. Sinner 3-0, Alcaraz 3-1 would kind of fit into this mold here. You get a little bit longer odds on those. But yeah, worth a little look. But as the model's done, all tournament long, some really, really good wins and some great edges here.
Yeah, as someone who, I don't bet tennis as much as I honestly should, given how successful our model has been, but I certainly watch it because I don't know if you know this about me, Dave. I actually played tennis. It was my best sport in high school. And I just am a huge fan of the sport, huge Carlos Alcaraz guy, but Sinner is just such a dominant beast. And I want those two to continue to play for major championships as much as humanly possible. So to your point, it's fun to see the highest level, even if it is sort of the same names along the way here. It's a much more fun outcome than watching both these guys just 6-0, 6-1, 6-0, some Cinderella story to get there. But the hard part, it's kind of like Scottie Scheffler in golf for me right now, where he's so juiced. These two are so juiced in these matchups. Unless you really are set betting, there's no real way to take them. Like, I would love to moneyline parlay Alcaraz Sinner here, but you do that and you still end up with like minus 385 odds for them in the
Yeah.
championship. It's insane. So I'm not surprised at all that the Dimers model reflects a dominant match from both of these guys here. But I think if anything, I might look at like a 3-0, 3-0 from these two, because I just don't see either one. And at certain points, defeating, right? Novak is a competitor. He's always here, but he can't make it through these matches at this point in his career. And Zverev just has to be so demoralized with where he is at in this game. He's basically good enough to be number one throughout history, but then he gets to a semi against these two and has no answer.
Yeah.
Got to be frustrating.
Yeah. He's the Josh Allen of tennis.
Yeah, it's just at a certain point. He needs an actress girlfriend, and then he could go. Okay, thank you for the tennis check for us. Great stuff. I think by the time we record next, the Australian Open will be over. So I don't want to tease any additional Australian Open bets, but I should tease that even in smaller tennis tournaments, we have tennis probabilities all the time on the site Dimers Pro. So go get 50% off Dimers Pro. Use promo code podcast to take advantage of that.